Coming up on today's Disney Roundup, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is finally open at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The date for Spaceship Earth's long-term closure has been announced. And is Bob Chapek really deserving of being the new Walt Disney Company CEO? I'll tell you all about that and more coming up right here on the DRU. Hey, it's Jeff everyone, and welcome to the Disney Roundup, where I bring you up to date on what's going on with the Walt Disney Company and Disney parks each and every single week. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me so you can stay up to date with the Disney Roundup and check out some other cool videos I'll be posting. And just a reminder, you can download the Disney Roundup on podcast. You can download the Disney Roundup on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. And for those listening to the Disney Roundup on podcast, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey, it's Jeff. So today on the Disney Roundup, we're going to be starting a little bit differently and starting off with parks news. And that's because Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is finally open at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So today, March 4th, which is the day I'll be posting this video, is the official open day of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They even rolled out a red carpet for the new attraction, which I thought was a really nice touch, complimenting the Chinese theater. As I mentioned last week, along with this, the Mickey Shorts Theater is open as well. And you can take a first look at it right here. And for the most part, it looks just like the concept art that's been posted for this, but still pretty cool. Also, for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, there is new merch for the attraction as well, featuring t-shirts, magic bands, pins, and more. And I've made it pretty clear that I think this is going to be a really cool attraction. I'm really excited to go down and ride this. But I know some people still can't get the pass of the loss of the Great Movie Ride, which used to be in the Chinese theater. But that's one of the reasons why, too, I think this is going to be a really good attraction, because it has such high expectations to meet. And honestly, because of that and being the first true Mickey Mouse themed attraction, I think I could argue that this attraction has the highest expectations of any recently open or upcoming attraction to a Disney park. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? Let me know in the comments. And just a reminder for this too, this isn't like Rise of the Resistance where there's going to be boarding groups for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's going to be standby wait. I can't imagine what the first week's going to be like. I'm sure it's going to be upwards of 6 to 8 hours. But you can also make fast passes for this. You can make fast passes, of course, if you're staying on property 60 days out or 30 days out from there. But yes, highly recommend making fast passes. And also yesterday, Disney Parks Live had their dedication ceremony for Runaway Railway. And if you missed that, I will leave a link to that video in the description down below. So some crazy news that happened at Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World last week was that a boat sunk on the Jungle Cruise. Yikes. Luckily, no guests were reported injured from this incident, but did leave with wet shoes. Like most other water rides, the water on the Jungle Cruise is quite shallow, so I don't think there was really a true harm or danger for the guests, but still crazy to think that the Jungle Cruise has gone all these years without that happening. And afterwards, the Jungle Cruise was closed for just a little over 100 minutes before reopening. Alright, so I said I wasn't going to do this, but I can't help myself. So it's supposed to be the backside of water, not underwater. So a lot of people missed this last week because of the announcement of Bob Chapek being the new CEO of the Walt Disney Company, but we have an announced date for the long closure that is coming to Spaceship Earth. This will be starting on May 26th. Spaceship Earth will be closing for its anticipated long-term closure as a part to implement Walt Disney Imagineering's new vision. So you can expect this attraction, I would say, I've heard between 2020, the end of 2022, to possibly all the way until 2023, which seems kind of likely with how Disney throws out dates, but then how they actually end up opening. Like, take for Space 220, which still hasn't opened, for example, Regal Eagle Smokehouse, and Runaway Railway, for instance. Like, Runaway Railway is supposed to open back in December, but they pushed that back to March now. But when this attraction opens back up, Spaceship Earth will focus on the story of humanity. There will be an updated and brand new scenes, including Egypt, along with new narration. A new track has also been said to be added to Spaceship Earth. Can't confirm that, and there's no word yet if scrim will be placed over Spaceship Earth during this time, but expect probably even more narrow walkways while walking through Future World, which I know it's so difficult to get to World Showcase from Epcot now, especially if you're coming through the main entrance, but yeah, I would anticipate that when going over to Epcot. Now for outside the parks news. On April 17th at Disney Springs will be the debut of Drawn to Life, the collab show between Disney and Cirque du Soleil. Drawn to Life is the story of love between a father and daughter, with the main character being Julie, a courageous and determined young girl. Her father, Tom, was a Disney animator who raised his daughter and surrounded her with Disney animated characters who helped her grow and play important roles in her life. Disney has shared 2 new videos along with this to show the story, custom animation, and how Drawn to Life will be brought to life for all who attend. And if you're interested in checking that out, I will leave links to those in the description down below. And they have also placed the sign for Drawn to Life in Disney Springs, which I will include here for you to check out. But let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in checking out Drawn to Life. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'll definitely have to check it out at some point when I go to Walt Disney World. Now for company news. So last week, named effectively as the new CEO of the Walt Disney Company was Bob Chapek. Former CEO Bob Iger will still remain with the company as head executive chairman and is said to lead creative throughout 2021. Now, Iger said his reason for stepping down was want to get the company in the right direction on the creative side and not having enough time to do that as CEO. He has still not addressed on what his plans is to do after his current contract ends with the company come the end of December in 2021. But of course, there's a lot of speculations on why he's stepping down now and what he's going to do afterwards. The big one is that he said he wants to run for president eventually, but we'll just have to wait and see come after 2021. As for Chapek, I didn't really touch on this last week, but I really don't understand on why he was named as the new CEO for the company, other than his numbers have always been there, and I don't know if it was just out of desperation that they decided to go with him as the new CEO. But for me, and a lot of people have seen that he's always been super tight with the budget when it's come to parks, products, and experiences. He's infamously known for annual pass price increases and increasing ticket prices over at Disneyland, which we just had another big one not even a month ago. Also cutting back on cast member entertainment and underpaying them for their expectations. He's also well known for being a part of cash grab IP attractions, which if you don't know what an IP attraction is, it's an attraction that features a movie character or an attraction that didn't have a movie character previously but now does. A lot of people don't like the IP attractions. I do for the most part. I don't think every attraction needs an IP because some of the best rides at Disney didn't have movies about them before coming out, believe it or not. Like Pirates of the Caribbean was an attraction before the Pirates of the Caribbean with Jack Sparrow came into theaters. Haunted Mansion didn't have a movie on it before the Eddie Murphy one. There's also other rides like Test Track Soarin' and others that you can say that aren't Disney movie character related. Also, this doesn't have a lot to do with his performance, but I don't think he's a great spokesman either for the company. If you've ever seen any of his interviews, especially like the one that he just had with CNBC on his promotion as getting the new CEO job, or any of his interviews like when he's at parks or at press events announcing new things, he just comes off as fake, like almost like he's a crooked salesman. But with all of that being said, I don't think someone like him who comes from sales and marketing really understands how unique and special the Walt Disney Company is. But making it a monopoly, which everybody claims it to be. But I am glad that Iger is going to be sticking around through the end of 2021 still, even though it's with creative, which I do think needs some help. So I think it's good he's going in that direction. But as for any big moves or acquisitions that he would do like Iger, it's hard to say really. I can't see him making any big moves additionally to the Walt Disney Company, but possibly selling back, which is hard to say. I would have to see to believe it, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't think anything is safe inside the company while he's in charge right now, honestly. But there is talk now on who could fill his previous position of being in charge of parks, products, and experiences. And a great one that's being said would be Josh D'Amaro, who is the current president of Walt Disney World Resort. He has a great background inside the parks. He has been president of Disneyland Resort, vice president of Animal Kingdom, and had other duties with inside the parks and roles with there. So he's actually been inside the parks. He cares about the people, the guests, his cast members, all of it. So that's why I think he would be perfect for this. But although if he were still to get this, he'd still have to report to Chapek. And at the end of the day, too, it's Chapek's decision whether he gets the spot or not. But you can always hope for the best, and we'll just have to wait to see. I don't think it may be towards summer or end of this year before they announce the new CEO of Parks, Products, and Experiences. But I'm anxious to see who it is. Alright everyone, well that's all I have for you for this week's episode of the Disney Roundup. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. And just a reminder, you can download the Disney Roundup on podcast, you can download the Disney Roundup on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. Well that's all I have for you for this week, and until next time, we'll see you on the DRU.